Thanks for tuning in to 3 Point View, where drinking beer and talking sports is what we do. You can check us out on Roku TV, AM/FM 24/7. Don't forget to subscribe on YouTube. What else we on?
Instagram and Twitter.
We got a few comments this week on Instagram and Twitter regarding the Houston Rockets and if they're the real deal. And YouTube. So, what do you guys think about the Houston Rockets this year? On our last video, we talked about coaching. We talked about how Popovich was at the top of his game.
Yeah.
18 50-win seasons in a row. And that includes a 66-game shortened season.
Mm-hmm.
That is impressive. So, we know Popovich, like you said, can pull a Kawhi Leonard and sit down. LeBron, if you pulled LeBron in Cleveland, LeBron could be the mayor if he wanted to right now. He could just say, I want to be the mayor, and they'd make the mayor of Cleveland leave. They would just walk to the front door and say, listen, mayor, we know you're the mayor, but LeBron wants to be the mayor. So leave.
So what about the Rockets?
Yeah,
I know.
Get back to James Harden.
Anyway, but you know it's true.
You're so
Girl, you know it's true.
You can tell you're so Cleveland biased.
Yeah,
I love you. I'm just saying.
Right back to the cast.
Yeah.
All right, we're talking about the Rockets.
What I'm saying is, D'Antoni, do you believe that D'Antoni, with his no defense, can make it to the NBA Finals? I can't even see Mike D'Antoni in it.
Well, think about who he had, though, in Phoenix, though. He had Amari Stoudemire, who was a defensive player, and he had Steve Nash. Nobody else really besides Sean Marion. But now you got Chris Paul, who's a defensive player.
Slow it down, do the Matrix.
He had such the ugliest shot besides Lonzo Ball.
His shot looked like Charles Barkley's golf swing.
Yeah, just horrible. But anyways, with the Houston Rockets now, and the comments that we got, which were great, and thank you for those comments, but we also did mention in those videos that the Rockets are up 2-1 on the Warriors. The Rockets do have the best chance of probably taking down the Warriors. But until they take the Warriors down, you got to go with the Warriors. So until they're dethroned, you got to go with the Warriors. And on top of that, this year, 31-3. What does that say? 31-3. That's what the Rockets are with Chris Paul and James Harden playing. Now they have Joe Johnson. They got the Brandon Wright. They have Trevor Ariza. They got Gerald Green. They got Ryan Anderson. They got shooters galore, and they also have 3-and-D players. So those players are long, athletic, and you got Clint Capella at the center spot, who's a lob.
Capella's playing good.
Pachulia can't stop Capella. Capella's got the highest field goal percentage in the league. He's got one of the highest blocks, rebounds, all that through the league.
He's doing everything he's supposed to do. They can actually be considered a big three in that regard. Okay, he's basically pulling the numbers of Dwight Howard when he was there without the price tag.
Right, without the price tag, so they can add other pieces. So I really truly believe that the Rockets do give the Warriors the hardest chance to get back to the finals.
We all believe
that.
We all
believe that. And there's also the dark horse of Oklahoma, who just got blown out by 32 points by the Warriors.
Well, that's because they went off and pissed the Warriors off.
Well, before that, why they pissed them off?
You don't pull on Superman's cape.
Before the last time they played, the Thunder blew the Warriors out.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I just truly think with Harden, Paul, Capella, all the pieces that they have they have a complete team that plays defense also with D'Antoni's offense and Chris Paul running the ship and James Harden doing what he does. They got the best chance.
I don't think they got the balls. I don't think the Houston Rockets have the balls. I got a name for you. Marty McSorley. Who is Marty McSorley?
I don't know.
He was Wayne Gretzky's bodyguard. This guy made a living for a decade.
Back in 1988.
No, listen up. Listen up. I'm like a Ferris wheel, man. I go up and down and around. Here we go. So what I'm saying is Marty McSorley made a living off protecting Wayne Gretzky. Mm-hmm. What was Wayne Gretzky to hockey? The greatest scorer in the history of the NHL.
Right.
Zaza Pachulia and Draymond Green, they play dirty. We just talked about in the past video. They are dirty players. I'm not going to put it around them, but that's their job. That's what they do. Steph Curry is not the type to go out and fight you. Right. He's an assassin. He's a sniper. Sniper stays on the hill.
Yeah.
Sniper does not come in for the fight. They stay on the hill. They let the Marines come in, the infantry, and do the work.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So does Houston have somebody that does the work?
Are you kidding me? They had Chris Paul and Gerald Green.
No, they don't have that. They don't have
this
the
is
mojo.
Where they're
they don't
get
have
trouble.
the fight.
This is where they're going to get in trouble. Once the Warriors get ahead on them and get momentum, it's going to be can you claw back and get back into this without getting too sunk and starting to drown? Right. Can you get back up to the surface and get your game going again?
I'm going to finally jump in before I get cut off and not get to speak about this. We were just speaking about Oklahoma City and Golden State a second ago, and I'm going to come back to Houston. And Brock made a comment about tugging on Superman's cape. Kevin Durant, what happened right after the Melo and Durant kind of scuffle and Durant and Melo got double teamed? Do you recall what Durant's response was to all this?
I just remember
on the court.
I just remember a 13-0 run at the end of the third quarter.
And by who?
By the Warriors.
Yeah, but what player was doing the ball?
Curry and Durant.
Durant was lighting. Yeah. He came. You tugged on Superman's cape. Okay, yeah. And this is what I'm going to get at. Back to Houston. Houston fans in particular that we just seem to ruffle up some feathers. I've been called a hater and all sorts of fun stuff. What I want to say to you is, Clint, is there a team out there in particular, all sports? Give me a team that you hate.
I'm a Red Sox fan, so I'd have to go with the Yankees.
Brock?
Well, I'm a Buckeyes fan, so I'm going to have to go with Michigan. Or the team up north. That's a dirty word around these parts.
I'm a Niners fan, so I got to go with like Seattle, maybe Dallas. Stick with the state of Texas. But what I am going to get at, being a Niners fan, I do understand what it's like to not win a championship since '95. So I can understand where you can get a little sensitive. With that being said, we all do feel that Houston is the biggest threat to Golden State, but Golden State is still the biggest threat in the West, period. Now, maybe you guys can prove me wrong, and if Houston comes out of the West, I would love for you guys to annihilate us on the internet or annihilate me, because he seems to be on board with definitely thinking that Houston has this super chance. I think Brock and I are also leaning the other direction.
I also said you can't go with them until you
okay, so all three of us.
So what's the phrase? What's the phrase? To be the best,
you gotta beat
the best.
Woo!
You know what I mean? So,
in the words of Mr. Flair.
To beat a man, you gotta beat the man.
I'm just saying, I don't think they have that mojo to take themselves over the top to beat them.
That's the thing. Once they get down, can they bounce
back?
Do you think it's a coincidence that Golden State signed Pachulia?
But Pachulia is not a bad player.
He's not a bad player. I'm saying his role is specific to what he does.
They don't need offense. They just need him to get putbacks, set picks, get some rebounds.
Who's the center
blocks,
in the back of your...
he's a junkyard dog player.
Right. So. In the back of your mind, you rough up Curry. What's going to happen?
Thompson.
By the time the revolution comes back around, you're going to go back to that. Draymond or Pachulia is going to make you put in some work. That's what their role is. Yeah. That's what the role has been. That's what Rodman's role was. That's what Lambier's role is. It's a chemistry. It's a freaking... It's a foundation. It's a Luke Longley. It's been going on forever. If you have not figured that out, I'll give you the equation. You can call my number. I'll tell you all about it. Yeah. But I'm saying Houston does not have that person. They don't have Capella. I mean, they do have Capella, but I'm saying they don't have that type of...
They don't have that one knit and grit.
Right.
And the only knit and grit guy that they do have... That's, a rough rider, so to speak. Probably Gerald Green. And that's about it. Big guy-wise, they ain't got that. They don't have the power forward center, big guy-wise, that's that knit and grit. Because Capella is finesse.
He's a great player. I'll say he's playing his great role.
But he's not going to get in your face and throw you down to the ground on you going to the hole next time.
I'm a Cleveland fan. I'm going to tell you this. The NBA championship, the real NBA championship, is going to be the equivalent to when the Lakers played the Sacramento Kings back in the day, back when Kobe threw the hoop to Shaq. That was the final. That was the NBA finals back with Mike Bibby and Stojakovic and Webber and all them. Yeah. That was the finals.
And Divac.
I'm saying that was the finals. Mm-hmm. The finals this year, the Cavs are probably going to be the finals, them or the Celtics or whatever, but they're not going to be. That's not the real finals. It's going to be the Warriors Rockets. I'm going to be there every night, Houston fans watching the Rockets play the Golden State Warriors.
Yeah.
I hope the Warriors beat the Golden State Warriors. I hope that happens.
I think you meant you hope the Rockets beat the Golden State.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm drinking.
We all hope. I personally.
Cheers to that.
Cheers to that.
Yeah, it's good. Come on.
So anyway,
I personally am pulling for the Rockets to beat Golden State because I also am a Cleveland fan, and although I'm going to point this out, Houston's leading the season series against Cleveland 2-0. I'm going to point that out. I know this, okay? But what I am going to say is Cleveland has a better chance of beating the Rockets than they do Golden State. And I'm pulling for you. Pulling for you.
Cleveland, hopefully, as a Cleveland fan, I hope they get their shit together.
Yeah.
Because right now there's a lot of holes. It's like the wall and the water's coming out and they're trying to fill all the holes. I get that. They got a lot of potential.
Yeah.
The question is, do they get it together this year?
Right. You know who else needs to pull their shit together? The Dallas Mavericks organization.
Dallas Mavericks. Mark Cuban from Pittsburgh.
He's a realist. I'm not mad at him. I mean, honestly,
I would love to
he needs to be a little more sneaky about it, but I'm not mad at him.
I love him.
Yeah.
I love him. I wish they give.
He's a great owner.
If you haven't heard the storyline that we're speaking of right now, Mark Cuban came off and said it would probably be in the best interest of the Mavericks to just tank the rest of the season. So that's what we're getting at. And I think did he get fined for that?
$600,000.
So he got a nice
What's
chunk.
$600,000 to him?
Nothing. But
He
still,
took his watch off.
Is that one episode of Shark Tank to him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, especially with the investments there.
I mean, I personally am not upset at him. I don't think anybody else in the league
But
should
there's
be
so
upset
many
at him.
people
There's
that
just-
also think that. Though. I mean,
there's
look at the
teams
Sixers.
that are doing it. The
Sixers
Sixers
did
did it
the
for
Sixers
years.
did it for 4 years.
The Bulls are doing it right now. I mean,
The Sacramento Kings are doing it. They're going with a youth movement.
What is-
The Chicago Bulls
Youth
are.
movement. I love that.
what is
Right.
going
That
on in
sounds-
Phoenix?
youth
If that's
move-
not tanking, that's just
Oh yeah, that's
sad.
it. Yeah.
Youth movement sounds like the hacky sack kid who's a Christian
But that's-
asked me to go
right.
to his
On a-
meeting
on a
after school.
Wednesday?
Yeah. Hey, I got a youth movement going on. Oh no,
But
that's
that's
a
what they're
basketball
calling it.
team.
That's what they're calling it now.
A youth
because
movement.
Sacramento.
So if Cuban would have said we're going with a youth movement,
They are.
everything would be cool.
They are.
He wouldn't have to cut a $600,000
think about
check.
it. Think about it. Dallas has a lot of young players on that team that they're trying to develop, especially Dennis Smith Jr.
Yes.
And they're kind of Dirk's still in there, but then Sacramento, Chicago, Phoenix. Those guys are all, and even Boston, but Boston's got a couple veterans in there to kind of, fill the roles there to try to hide those youth
Yeah,
guys.
Boston's not
But-
laying it down though. Some of
No.
those teams that you were just mentioning.
And
are
Philadelphia is
basically-
young, Simmons 21
Philly,
and Embiid
it
23.
benefited them to lay down.
It
You
did.
know what I mean?
It did.
They're
I
gonna look
don't
like
have no problem with Mark Cuban at all for what he said. Not one bit.
you need to be a little sneaker about saying it. That's
Yeah,
all.
all he had to do was say youth movement. That's all he had to say. And then he's got $600,000 and not getting vilified all over the country.
Smile like an asshole while he said it, like
Right.
youth movement. You know what I mean? Like, and they still hashtag youth movement. You know what I mean? And still got away with it. The fact that he just blatantly doesn't care because he can cut that check.
Yeah.
Oh my
But
God.
I mean, he's also going through a lot of crap in the office too, in the business side of things with that guy.
Oh my God, with the allegations.
So with the allegations, and now on top of that with the tanking, like. Ooh.
But here's the thing. They'll make this guy from Pittsburgh, who at one point was selling phone books, they'll make him out to be like a failure.
Mm-hmm.
The actual value of the Mavericks has gone up tenfold since the time. He's going to sell
there's
that.
not-
Say this happens. He's going to sell for billions,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Because
Oh,
it's
yeah.
at its height. So I'm saying he's won a championship. He's done what he has to do. He brought a championship to Dallas Mavericks, who was a laughing stock before. Nobody watched Maverick games before that, but I'm saying he became a champion. I'm saying if he sells and everybody acts like he's a loser, Mark Cuban, you're not a loser. You're going to make billions of dollars either way. You know what I mean?
Yeah. They had a star in the team called Fat Lever back in the day when they sucked. But anyways.
I was not aware of that.
Yeah.
I'll have to Google him.
But anyways.
Okay, so
Well, this is what you were
real
just saying
quick,
about him
real
being
quick,
a loser.
We could get back to this, but real quick, he's cutting checks. There's other people cutting checks in college basketball. Maybe we'll talk a little bit about your fat level in a second, but we'll be right back at you at 3 Point View after this.